Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, July 23rd, 2021. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's Major League Baseball and Major League Soccer games, look ahead to the weekend as well as the Gold Cup games. We'll talk a little Olympics, golf, NASCAR. We'll go over the Kraken selections, my latest NHL and NBA mock drafts. And by the way, it's the last NHL mock draft because the draft is tonight. Latest news and notes, my best bet of the day. We'll try to get this done as quickly as possible. We will start with Major League Baseball. We will go over the results and look ahead to tonight's and the weekend's games. I apologize, guys. I will not do a gambling in depth with all the soccer and baseball due to time restrictions, but I obviously still will have a best bet at the end of the show. Tigers over the Rangers 7-5. Braves over the Phillies 7-2. Red Sox over the Yankees 5-4-10 on a bizarre walk-off sac fly by Hunter Renfroe. Padres over the Marlins 3-2. Rays over the Indians 5-4-10. Cardinals over the Cubs 3-2. Angels over the Twins 3-2. A's over the Mariners 4-1. Giants over the Dodgers 5-3. All right, looking ahead to today. Right now the Cubs are up 7-0 on the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the fourth with one out. Your starters in that game were Zach Davies and Zach Gallen. 7 o'clock, the Braves and the Phillies, Max Fried, Zach Wheeler. Nats, Patrick Corbin, Jorge Lopez. Yanks, Red Sox. Garrett Cole, Eduardo Rodriguez. Padres, Marlins, Joe Musgrove, Zach Thompson. Cardinals, Reds. Wade LeBlanc, Tyler Mahle. Rays, Indians. We don't know who's going for Tampa, and Zach Plesac's going for Cleveland. Blue Jays, Mets. Steven Matson, Tyler McGill. 8 o'clock, Angels, Twins. Alex Cobb, J. Happ. White Sox, Brewers. Lucas Giolito, Freddie Peralta. Tigers, Royals. Willie Peralta and Chris Bubic. Rangers, Astros. Colby Allard and Jake Odorizzi. 9:45, Pirates, Giants. Chad Cole, Johnny Cueto. 10 o'clock, Rockies, Dodgers, Chichi Gonzalez and David Price, and the A's and the Mariners, Frankie Montas and Yusei Kikuchi. Saturday, 2:20, Diamondbacks, Cubs and Wrigley, Merrill Kelly, Alec Mills. 4 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Yankees, Red Sox, Jamison Taillon and Nathan Eovaldi. 6 o'clock, Braves, Phillies, Drew Smyly, Vince Velasquez. Padres, Marlins, Ryan Weathers and Ross Ditweiler. 6:30, Nats, Orioles, Max Scherzer and Spencer Watkins. 7 o'clock, Angels, Twins, Patrick Sandoval and Jose Barrios. White Sox, Brewers, Carlos Rodon and Corbin Burns. Tigers, Royals, Casey Mize and Carlos Hernandez. Cardinals, Reds, Jake Woodford and Luis Castillo. Fox Sports 1, Rays, Indians. We don't know who's going for Tampa, and J.C. Mejia is going for Cleveland. Rangers, Astros, Kyle Gibson and Framber Valdez. Blue Jays, Mets, Hyunjin Ryu and Taijuan Walker. 9 o'clock, Pirates, Giants, Will Crow and Kevin Gausman. Rockies, Dodgers, Kyle Freeland and Tony Gonsolin. And at 10 o'clock, Days and the Mariners, Chris Bassett and Logan Gilbert. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Braves, Phillies, Touki Toussaint and Aaron Nola. Nats, Orioles, John Lester and Hunter Harvey. Yankees, Red Sox, Domingo Germán and Martin Perez. Padres, Marlins, Yu Darvish and Trevor Rogers. Cardinals, Reds, Johan Oviedo and Sonny Gray. Rays, Indians. We don't know who's going for Tampa, and Tristan McKenzie is going for Cleveland. Blue Jays, Mets, Ross Stripling and Jared Eichhoff. 2 o'clock, Angels, Twins. We don't know who's going for LA, and Bailey Ober's going for Minnesota. Tigers, Royals, Tariq Skubal, we know who's going for KC. Rangers, Astros. We don't know who's going for Texas, and Zach Greinke's going for Houston. 2:20, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Caleb Smith and Trevor Williams. 4 o'clock, Pirates, Giants, JT Brubaker and Alex Wood. Rockies, Dodgers, John Gray and Josiah Gray, so the Battle of the Grays. A's, Mariners, Cole Irvin, Marco Gonzalez. And Sunday Night Baseball, 7 o'clock, ESPN, great game, sneaky great game. White Sox, Brewers, Lance Lynn, and Brandon Woodruff, which is a fabulous pitching matchup. All right, MLS soccer time. We will recap the games from yesterday, and we will look ahead to the weekend. Orlando over Philly 2-1. Seattle over Austin 1-0. No games tonight, so Saturday, Big slates, 3:30 ABC, Atlanta, Columbus, 8 o'clock, Chicago, Toronto, Minnesota, Portland, 8:30, Dallas, LA, Nashville, Cincinnati, 10 o'clock, Salt Lake, Colorado, San Jose, Houston, and 10:30, LAFC in Vancouver. Sunday, 6 o'clock, New England, CF Montreal, NYCFC Orlando, 7:30, Miami, Philly, 8 o'clock, DC United and the Red Bulls in New York, and 9 o'clock, you got Seattle and Kansas City. All right, now we are going to do CONCACAF Gold Cup. The quarterfinals begin tomorrow at 7:30. You got tomorrow night Qatar and El Salvador. These two nations were not in the same group. I'm trying to pull up CONCACAF right now. Qatar was in Group D, and El Salvador group letter A. In terms of a pick, I'm going to go with El Salvador. 10 o'clock, Mexico and Honduras. Honduras was Group B, Mexico, Group A. This is a tough one, too. I'm going to go with Mexico. And then Sunday, 7 o'clock, you have Costa Rica and Canada. Costa Rica, Group C, Canada, Group B. I'm going to go with Canada. And then 9:30 Sunday night, USA and Jamaica. Jamaica, Group C, US, Group B. I'm going to go with our nation, USA, to advance to the semis, which will be on July 29th. That is a Thursday, and obviously we'll preview and predict those games on Thursday's show. All right, now we will talk some Olympics, as tonight will be the opening ceremony. Obviously, we discussed USA women's national team losing to Sweden. All right, so going on today is artistic gymnastics for men's, women's and men's basketball, not including Team USA. I believe Team USA starts tomorrow, and we'll get into some of the stuff I want to get into in news and notes. Tennis, a lot of big names in tennis that we've been covering on the show. So women's tennis is going on today, so is men's. Softball, boxing, beach volleyball's going on. Archery's going on right now. Badminton will go on. Fencing, cycling, field hockey, handball, rowing, taekwondo, and weightlifting are all going to be going on this weekend. And obviously on Monday's podcast, we will hit on some notable results in the sports that we typically cover on the podcast, like basketball, tennis, and maybe we'll get into a little bit of baseball if they get on their way, which they should be getting on their way shortly as well, because there's some big names in baseball that are competing for Team USA in the Olympics. All right, now we will talk some golf, as the $3 million Open is underway. And right now I will be going over the leaderboard. At the top right now, all tied with 9 under, Bo Hogg, Chester V, Jonathan Vegas, and Roger Sloan, 9 under. 5th place with 8 under, Brock Stewart. Tied for 6th with 7 under, Adam Hadwin, Ricky Fowler, Charles Schwartzel, Bryce Garnett, JT Potson, Jonathan Bird, and Troy Merritt. Tied for 14th with 6 under, Cam Triangle, Jimmy Walker, Sung Hoon Kang, and Chris Baker. Tied for 18th with 5 under, Rafa Cabrera-Bello, Maverick McNeely, Scott Stallings, Cam Champ, Ryan Armour, Ryan Brem, MJ Dofu, and Lucas Donald, as well as Nick Watney. Tied for 27th with 4 under, Luis Olson, Gary Woodland, Keegan Bradley, Jason Duffner, Mark Hubbard, David Ligmerth, Dylan McCarthy, Sam Ryder, Brent Snecker, Matthew Wolf, Adam Long, Camilo Vegas. Tied for 41st with 3 under, Steve Straka, Tommy Lewis, Dustin Johnson, Joel Dahman, K.H. Lee, Brian Gay, Bo Van Pelt, Joel Dahman, Evan Van Royen, Scott Brown, Hank Labodia, Chase Hadley, Michael Thompson, Josh Teeter, John Pock, Michael Gellerman, and Bu Hostler. Now we're just going to go through notables because of time. Tied for 58th with 2 under, Ben Martin, Tony Finau, Mito Piera, Cam Percy, Patrick Reed. Tied for 71st with 1 under, J.J. Spawn, Bubba Watson, Russell Knox, Chris Kirk, Henry Higgs, Tyler Duncan, Brendan Todd, Wyndham Clark, DJ Tran. Tied for 93rd at even, Steve Stricker, Adam Landry, Sergio Garcia, Patrick Rogers, Vincent Whaley, Ty McCumber, Scott Stallings. Tied for 112th with 1 over, Luke List, Robbie Shelton was in there. Tied for 121st with 2 over, Emiliano Grillo. Tied for 127th with 3 over, Taylor Hogue, Richie Runsky, John Hahn, Dylan Fratelli, Will Gordon. Any other notables here? Okay, now we will discuss the Seattle Kraken. I know they've made some trades already, but I want to go over who are the draft picks that they made at the expansion draft. Alrighty. From the Anaheim Ducks, Hayden Fleury. Arizona Coyotes, Tyler Pitlick. Boston Bruins, Jeremy Lauzon. Buffalo Sabres, Will Brogan. Calgary Flames, Mark Giordano, so that's a big name. Carolina Hurricanes, Morgan Geekie. Chicago Blackhawks, John Quinville. Colorado Avalanche, Jonas Donskoy. Columbus Blue Jackets, Gavin Bayreuther. Dallas Stars, Jamie Alexiak. Detroit Red Wings, Dennis Cholowski. Edmonton Oilers, Adam Larson. Florida Panthers, Chris Drieger. Los Angeles Kings, Curtis McDermott. Minnesota Wild, Carson Soucy. Montreal Canadiens, Cale Fleury. Nashville Predators, Callie Jenkrock. New Jersey Devils, Nathan Botzian. New York Islanders, Jordan Eberle. New York Rangers, Colin Blackwell. Ottawa Senators, Joey Decord. Philadelphia Flyers, Carson Turinsky. Pittsburgh Penguins, Brandon Tanev. San Jose Sharks, Alexander True. St. Louis Blues, Vince Dunn. Tampa Bay Lightning, Yanni Goudreau. Toronto Maple Leafs, Jared McCann. Vancouver Canucks, Cole Lynn. Washington Capitals, Vitek Vanacek. And the Winnipeg Jets, Mason Appleton. All right, so there is the Seattle Kraken draft selections from the expansion draft. Now, with the draft being tonight, the real draft in the NHL, I will now do my final NHL mock draft of 2021. All right, number 1, Buffalo Sabres. Owen Powers, defenseman, Michigan. I think this is a no-brainer. They've been throwing out Victor Hedman comps to him, which I disagree with. I don't think he's that good. But maybe like a notch below Victor Hedman, like a Ryan McDonough maybe. Number 2, the Seattle Kraken. Matthew Benier, center, Michigan. This is somebody that they've been comparing to Jonathan Toews. I disagree with that one as well. But you never know with these guys. But I don't think he's a Toews. I think he's like a notch below Jonathan Toews. Number 3, the Anaheim Ducks. Dylan Guenther, right wing, Edmonton, WHL. I like this pick for Anaheim a lot. Number 4, the New Jersey Devils. Luke Hughes, defenseman, USMDTP. This would be fun because Jack Hughes is already on the Devils. 5, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Simone Edvinsson, defenseman for Londo, Sweden Jr. I like this pick for Columbus a lot, as they need some youth on defense with Seth Jones being a free agent, not this summer, but next summer. Number 6, the Detroit Red Wings, Mason McTavish, center, Peterborough, OHL. Very good pick for Detroit. Number 7, San Jose Sharks, Brant Clark, defenseman, Barrie, OHL. This would be, I think, a steal for San Jose. 8, the Los Angeles Kings, William Eklund, left wings, Desjardins, Sweden. I like this pick for LA. He would be a good fit there. 9, the Vancouver Canucks, Kent Johnson, center, Michigan. Another Michigan product going in the top 10. Number 10, the Ottawa Senators, Jesper Wallstedt, goalie, Luleå, Sweden. I really would like that pick for Ottawa, as they really are not sold on whether Matt Murray is the guy going forward or not. Number 11, the Arizona Coyotes, forfeit because of the scansions that they had last year. Number 12, the Chicago Blackhawks, Chaz Lucia, center, USA under-18. I would like this pick for Chicago. Number 13, the Calgary Flames, Cole Sillinger, center, Sioux Falls, USHL. Wouldn't mind that pick either. 14, the Philadelphia Flyers, Fyodor Sveshkov, center, Lada, VHL. Fast riser heading into today. 15, the Dallas Stars, Carson Lambos, defenseman, Winnipeg, WHL. I like that pick for Dallas as well. 16, the New York Rangers, Matthew Coronado, right wing, Chicago, USHL. I would like that pick for New York a lot. 17, the St. Louis Blues, Corson Kuhlman's, defenseman, Brooks, AJHL. The Blues are a little bit of an interesting team. I think that they can use some youth at every position. 18, the Winnipeg Jets, Brennan Othman, left wing, Flint, OHL. I think Winnipeg should go defense here, but this wouldn't be the worst pick in the world for Winnipeg. 19, the Nashville Predators, Xavier Bourgault, center, Schwanigan, QMJHL. Bourgault, a little bit of a fast riser heading into tonight. 20, the Edmonton Oilers, Zach Bolduc, center, Romowski, QMJHL. I like this pick for Edmonton a lot. 21, the Boston Bruins, Isaac Rosen, left wing, Lex Sands, SHL. Rosen's a bit of a fast riser as well. 22, the Minnesota Wild, Daniil Chaika, defenseman, Gulf, OHL. I really like this pick for Minnesota. 23, the Detroit Red Wings from the Washington Capitals, Logan Stankoven, center, right wing, Cam Loops, WHL. I think Detroit should split between D-man and forward, or they should take the goalie or go forward as well. I think that Detroit has two really solid options here. 24, the Florida Panthers, Wyatt Johnson, center, Windsor, OHL. This wouldn't be a bad selection for Florida. I like Wyatt Johnson a lot. He's a good fast riser. 25, the Columbus Blue Jackets from the Toronto Maple Leafs, Nikita Chabrikov, righty, right wing, St. Petersburg, Russia. Another fast riser heading in to tonight's draft, too. 26, the Minnesota Wild from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Francesco Pinelli, center, Kinnicher, OHL. The Kinnicher Rangers, I think, have a good system of producing products, so I wouldn't mind this pick from Minnesota. 27, the Carolina Hurricanes, Shai Buem, defenseman, Sioux City, USHL. I like that pick for Carolina. He's a fast riser. 28, the Colorado Avalanche, Samu Tamala, right wing, Karpat, under 20 SM Sarja. Not a bad pick either. 29, the New Jersey Devils from the New York Islanders, Fabian Lysell, right wing, Luleå, Sweden. That's a great pick for New Jersey. That would be an absolute steal. 30, the Vegas Golden Knights. Colton Dach, center, Saskatoon, WHL. Colton Dach, fast riser heading into tonight, 31. Montreal Canadiens. Zach Dean, center, Gatineau, QMJHL. I like the fit of Dean in Montreal a lot. And 32, the Columbus Blue Jackets from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Matthew Nyes, left wing, Tri-City, USHL. Nyes is a fast riser heading into tonight's draft as well. So it's all going to go down tonight. We'll see what happens. All right, now NBA time, as we will do the NBA mock draft, as that draft is now 6 days away. So next week's shows, we'll be having NBA mock drafts every day. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, the Detroit Pistons. Kate Cunningham, point guard, Oklahoma. It's the right call for Detroit. They need young blood, franchise-type changing players in the worst way possible. Number 2, the Houston Rockets. Jalen Green, shooting guard, USA. They should go Evan Mobley here. But Christian Wood should not prevent them from doing that. But that said, I really like Jalen Green. Number 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley, power forward, center, USC. If anything, those two teams should just switch picks. And Houston should just throw in something else. Or I'm sorry, Cleveland should just throw in something else to move up. But I like the fit of Mobley in Cleveland. 4, the Toronto Raptors. Jalen Suggs, point guard, Gonzaga. Nice fit. Kyle Lowry potentially leaving. 5, Orlando Magic. Scotty Barnes, small forward, Florida State. Like this pick for Orlando. He would fit in with that young nucleus that Orlando is trying to build. 6, Oklahoma City Thunder. James Bouknight, shooting guard, Connecticut. Bouknight, stocks going up as we are 6 days away. I really like Bouknight. He had a good year last year with UConn. 7, the Golden State Warriors from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jonathan Kuminga, small forward, Congo. This would be, I think, a steal for Golden State. I think Kuminga should be either Orlando or even Oklahoma City's choice if he were to be available to them. I would like Kuminga with those two teams as well. 8, the Orlando Magic from the Chicago Bulls. Keon Johnson, shooting guard, Tennessee. I think this is a little bit of a reach for Orlando, personally. Number 9, the Sacramento Kings. Franz Wagner, small forward, Michigan. I like this pick for Sacramento. Wagner's a good player. Number 10, the New Orleans Pelicans. Davion Mitchell, point guard, Baylor. I think this would be a steal for New Orleans. And I think it would tell you a lot about how they feel about Lonzo Ball. 11, the Charlotte Hornets. Kai Jones, power forward, center, Texas. I like this choice for Charlotte. They need a big man. Kai Jones is versatile, and he'd fit well there. 12, the San Antonio Spurs. Jalen Johnson, small forward, Duke. I like Jalen Johnson, but I don't know if I like him at the 12 spot for San Antonio. I would think that San Antonio should trade down for him and then say somebody moves up for somebody else or something. 13, the Indiana Pacers. Josh Giddey, small forward, shooting guard, Australia. I like Giddey and his versatility. I like the name, too. 14, the Golden State Warriors. Corey Kispert, small forward, Gonzaga. I like this pick for Golden State. I think he'd fit that team very well. Number 15, the Washington Wizards. Alpin Sagan, center, Turkey. The Wizards are an interesting team as we enter the draft. Russell Westbrook's in trade rumors. We'll see what happens there. But Sengun, I think that would be a reach there at 15. 16, the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Boston Celtics. Zaire Williams, shooting guard, small forward. Stanford, I like this pick for Oklahoma City. Versatile player. Can come off the bench and show versatility. 17, the Memphis Grizzlies. Chris DeRate, point guard, Oregon. I really like this pick for Memphis. DeRate's a good point guard prospect. Kind of reminds me of Peyton Pritchard from last year. 18, the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Miami Heat. Usman Garuba, power forward, Spain. I like this pick for OKC, potential draft and stash. Number 19, the New York Knicks. Trey Murphy III, shooting guard, small forward, Virginia. I like this pick for New York, 3-and-D guy out of Virginia. Could be a poor man's DeAndre Hunter. Be a good, wing partner for RJ Barrett. Number 20, the Atlanta Hawks. Cameron Thomas, shooting guard, LSU. I like this pick for Atlanta. Could be a heat check off the bench. He'll be an upgrade over Lou Williams. I don't think Lou Williams is as good as he used to be. 21, the New York Knicks from the Dallas Mavericks. Isaiah Jackson, center, Kentucky. I like this pick for New York. They need help at the backup center position behind Mitchell Robinson. 22, the Los Angeles Lakers. Ayu Dosunmu, shooting guard, Illinois. I like this pick for the Lakers. Heat check potential. 23, the Houston Rockets from the Portland Trailblazers. Miles McBride, point guard, West Virginia. I like McBride a lot. He had a lot of big games for the Mountaineers last year. 24, the Houston Rockets from the Milwaukee Bucks. Deshaun Bones Highland, point guard, shooting guard, VCU. Combo guard, can play either position. I like that. 25, Los Angeles Clippers. Josh Christopher, shooting guard, Arizona State. I like this pick for the Clippers. I like Christopher as a prospect. Could be a bench guy that can hit some shots. 26, the Denver Nuggets. Josh Primo, shooting guard, Alabama. I like this pick for Denver, too. He's a little bit older than some of these guys that are being drafted. 27, the Brooklyn Nets. JT Thor, small forward, power forward, Auburn. Rumor has it that he said to like New York and had his interviews with the Knicks and the Nets. I like this pick potentially for Brooklyn more so than New York, though, because of his versatility and come in off the bench. 28, the Philadelphia 76ers. Trey Mann, shooting guard, Florida. Really, really like this pick for Philly. I like Trey Mann. He can be a scoring two-guard off the bench. 29, the Phoenix Suns. Jaden Springer, point guard, Tennessee. Phoenix could use some point guard depth for insurance of Chris Paul, other than campaign. And 30, the Utah Jazz. Jared Butler, point guard, Baylor. I really like this pick for Utah. I like Butler. Great player. And I think that he should go higher than this spot. Alrighty, so there you have it for the latest NBA mock draft. And now I'm going to do the latest news and notes. Alrighty, a couple coaches are out due to refusal of getting the COVID-19 shot. Patriots offensive line coach Cole Popovich, is he related to Greg, is the question. And Minnesota Vikings offensive line coach Rick Dennison. Those are the two that are out of their respective places as assistant coaches and offensive line coaches, respectively, due to refusal to get the COVID-19 shot. A hockey trade happened. The New York Rangers trade Pavel Buchnevich to the St. Louis Blues for Sammy Blais and a 2022 second-round pick. I don't know what to make of this. I think the Rangers are trying to clear cap room, potentially for something bigger. Eichel, maybe. But Buchnevich has been an up-and-down player throughout his career. Blais in a second place isn't bad. And a second-rounder isn't bad. I think I like this deal a little bit more for St. Louis because I think Buchnevich has come into his own. So I'm going to say that the Blues, I think, got the better end of this deal than New York. But that second-round pick isn't bad because the Blues were a middle team this year like the Rangers. So I think that that pick isn't bad, although I'm interested to see if a change of scenery might push Buchnevich up to yet another level. So I don't really love it for the Rangers, but I don't hate it either. But I really like it for the Blues. The New York Rangers bought out Tony DeAngelo today, sending him through free agency through waivers. The NHL schedule got released. There is a doubleheader. The Lightning are opening against the Penguins. And I think the second game of the doubleheader is, I want to say like Vegas and somebody. I forget who that is. I was looking at the schedule the other night, and I'm going to check right now. I know it's Lightning Penguins as the first game on ESPN. And I believe the Golden Knights home opener This second game, yes, against the Kraken. So that makes sense. That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. And those are the only two games that are on Tuesday, both on ESPN. Pittsburgh at Tampa and Seattle at Vegas. And the first TNT doubleheader of the year is going to be the Rangers at the Capitals. That's a great rivalry game, obviously. The Tom Wilson drama from last year. That was a big story at the end of the year last year. And then Chicago, Colorado. So Avalanche, who I think will be one of the favorites to win the Cup this upcoming season as long as they get Landeskog signed and make proper moves. And then Chicago, they're a wild card. Maybe they're an Eichel player or something. But I think Chicago's going to be interesting. The Rangers, I think, are going to be good. Same with Washington. Colorado, I don't know about Chicago. Obviously, the Kraken, I think it's important that their first game's on TV, even though that roster may not be great. Obviously, Vegas is a contender. They'll be a contender for the Cup. And obviously, Tampa's going to be in it for the Cup again for the third year in a row, despite probably a lot of changes still to come. And then Pittsburgh, I think, is a bit of a wild card because of a potential upgrade in goal. Ooh, some hockey breaking news coming down. Craig Morgan of NHL Network covers the Coyotes. He's hearing that a deal to send Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Connor Garland to the Vancouver Canucks is in the works, and nothing is done yet, and it's a big deal. And Pierre LeBrun follows it up and says that the 9th overall pick is in the deal. I like that deal for both sides. Obviously, Arizona needs a pick because theirs got forfeited, and Vancouver, I think, is a team that wants to bounce back after a disappointing year a year ago. So we'll see if this happens. I really would like that deal for both sides. I do think that Oliver Ekman-Larsson alone is worth the 9th pick. And I like that Garland's in that deal too. I think Vancouver just made themselves better if that deal does come into fruition. We'll see. Team USA saying happy birthday to Kevin Durant, even though he was born in September. So a fun little thing to do for their best player. Patrick Mahomes to be a full goal at camp, as he doesn't expect to have any restrictions in training camp after having his foot surgery. And Dak Prescott looks healthy in practice. Meanwhile, Michael Thomas is expected to miss the start of the season after having surgery to repair ligaments in his ankle. So that's a blow for the Saints. Nicholas Castellanos to the injured list with the right wrist injury. The Mariners are pursuing Adam Frazier of the Pirates, although it looks like the Mariners might be going for it a little bit. Rich Hill traded to the Mets. So I think that would be a good fit for the Mets. I like Rich Hill in the National League. I think he'll do well with the Mets. That's an upgrade for them in the back end of the rotation. And Tampa also acquires Nelson Cruz from the Twins. I really like that trade for Tampa Bay. They needed a bat. They want to repeat as AL East champions. They want to go back to the World Series for the second consecutive year. So I think Nelson Cruz would really help them. Yermin Mercedes, after potential retirement rumors, says, I'm back. It makes a new post saying he's not giving up. So I guess he was just having a rough day. And he is with the Charlotte Knights, which is the AAA affiliate of the White Sox. Monte Harrison confronted Starling Marte after a clubhouse incident. And Starling Marte is somebody that potentially could be traded within the next couple of days. Stephon Gilmore attended training camp after there was some talk that he may not attend due to a no deal being done. Green Bay and Devontae Adams stop extension talks as they are in a bad place with no plans. Meanwhile, the Seahawks offered Jamal Adams a record deal to make him the highest paid safety in the league. Huge rumors in college football. The Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns are expected to start the process of joining the SEC next week. That's wild. That is probably the biggest college news of the summer. So that's a big loss for the Big 12 and a huge game for the SEC. So the SEC is going to get 2 more teams. We'll see if some of those teams leave potentially for the Big 12, like some of the lesser schools like Arkansas and Missouri. Arkansas and Missouri, I think, would be great fits in the Big 12. But this is a huge hit for the Big 12 because they just lost their two biggest brands, or they're about to lose their two biggest brands to the SEC. Now, who's their biggest brand? Oklahoma State? That's crazy to me. So the Big 12, to me, is now a very, very weak league with no brands. Their brands are going to the SEC. Hopefully more stuff comes out about this on the podcast on Monday. And both the SEC are likely to get these teams. Meanwhile, the ACC explored both those teams as well. Although them in the ACC would have been wild. That means that would have been monstrous for somebody like Clemson, who would then instantly have competition in football. And then Duke and UNC and Louisville for basketball. The Maryland Terps troll Texas as they beat the Longhorns in 17 and 18 and couldn't let them forget it amid reports that Texas is joining the SEC. Jim Harbaugh with the bold statement here. We're going to do it or die trying on beating Ohio State and winning the Big Ten. The Buffalo Sabres have traded Rasmus Ristolainen to the Philadelphia Flyers for Robert Hagg, tonight's first rounder, and the 2023 second round pick. So much for that last mock draft, guys. And the Lightning, as we know, are trying to move Tyler Johnson. Now there's rumors that Vlad Tarasenko could stay with the Blues. The Bruins are re-signing Taylor Hall, 4 years, $24 million. Great move by Boston. Meanwhile, the Flyers trade away Shane Gothisbeer for 2022 second and 2 seventh rounders. The Detroit Red Wings acquired Alex Nedeljkovic from the Carolina Hurricanes for a third rounder and rights to Jonathan Bernier. I don't like that deal for Carolina. I love it for Detroit. So it looks like that Detroit's trying to speed the process. I don't know why Carolina did that. I like Nedeljkovic. I don't like that deal for them at all. Alec Martinez has a huge offer from Vegas as they're mulling the offer and could likely get more money on the market. The Islanders apparently want Zach Parise and Ryan Suter, as Lou Lamoriello wants to reunite the star duo on Long Island. Parise would make sense because he had him with the Devils. Tyler Pitlick got traded to the Calgary Flames. That was the first Kraken trade. There's a sign and trade between Edmonton and Toronto. Zach Hyman went to Edmonton in a sign and trade, 8 years, $40 million. So that is $5 million a year for Zach Hyman, 8-year deal. All right, NBA stuff. The Blazers are rejecting CJ McCollum trades, including lottery picks. The Warriors are interested in Bradley Beal, and they want to trade their 2 picks for a star player. Obviously, they want to get back in the title contention, so that would make sense. The Lakers are the Lakers are being eyed by former Raptors teammates Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan ahead of free agency. John Collins to be a restricted free agent this summer, so we'll see if the Hawks match anybody. The Cleveland Indians are now going to be known after the 2021 season as the Cleveland Guardians. I like that name. So I think that that's a nice name for them. The Knicks have extended GM Scott Perry. John Tavares cleared to play, but the GM says all signs point to him being good to go. Although the Leafs will be cautious. Shea Weber's out next season for the Canadiens. And his career likely will be over, as the Canadiens general manager confirms that he won't play next season. And he says it will be impossible to replace Shea. Saquon Barkley opens camp on the PUP list, recovering from the knee injury. And the NFL could have forfeits if a team has a COVID-19 outbreak among unvaccinated players and the game can't be rescheduled. That team will forfeit and will be given a loss. So that is really interesting. And then apparently Dak Prescott will play in the preseason. And by the way, the trade I mentioned between the Canucks and the Coyotes looks like it's happening. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Connor Garland for the 9th pick. So great trade on both sides. So scratch up and throw away the mock draft I just did because a trade happened while recording this podcast. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's some interesting ones to say the least. The one I'm going to go with will be in Major League Baseball. Yankees are a dog at the Red Sox tonight with Garrett Cole on the bump. You never see Garrett Cole as a dog. But I really don't want to go there. Angels Twins over I like. The Giants Pirates over is not bad. But this is a tough one. So I'm going to go over 9.5 Angels Twins. Do I feel good about it? No. But I'm going in half unit over 9.5 Angels Twins. Alrighty, so that's it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend, from the NHL draft to golf, NASCAR this weekend, my bad. Olympics, baseball, soccer, and more. Best bet, news and notes as well. Hope you guys have a great weekend, everyone.